Hi, everyone, and welcome to our latest series entitled Finding Your Niche and Succeeding in It. I'm Jennifer Fernandez, and I'll be the host for this entire episodes that we are going to be airing every education fair come January till end of this year. So if you're joining us for our first episode today, I'd like to warmly welcome you to a new edition or a new angle that we'd like to take with you to bring you stories that could inspire you and probably help you find your niche. What's a niche? Well, finding your niche is something that not many people really think about, but it's something that is worth spending a little time trying to figure out what makes you stand out of the crowd. All right. So if you are a school leaver or a graduate or any of our current students who are, watching this show today, um, I want you to take your time to listen in to what my guest speaker has to say about how she found her niche, and do not hesitate to ask any questions either to me or to my guest as to why it's necessary to do this, or should you, or anything whatsoever related to her journey in her life. Okay, so with me today is Dr. Reanugah. Dr. Reanugah has got her camera off. Let's have her switch it on first. Hi, Dr. Renu. Okay, she
Hi,
is.
good afternoon.
Hi. Okay, she is MAHSA University's MBBS alumni who just graduated in the last convocation, and she is also our Chancellor's Gold Medal recipient. Okay, the list of her accomplishment as a student is quite lengthy, but I'm not going to pull everyone into that part because I'd like to have her tell us what exactly led her towards doing and achieving all that she has so far and what she aspires to do further on. Okay, so Dr. Renuga, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you the first question. What made you take MBBS? Why did you pursue
What
medical
made
studies?
me? Okay. I mean, not only me. If you ask anyone, any of the medical students or any of those kids who aspire to become a doctor, and most common reason is mainly the ambition to help people, genuine sincerity to help others. It can be vital to medical career, but at the same time, I can share that obtaining a medical degree is not the only way to help people. I think medical students or those who aspire to become a medical student, become a doctor, they have to change, break this whole concept, like I want to help people, I want to do this, I want to take care of people. No, it's not the way. There is a way, yeah, as a medical doctor, you can heal people from whatever you have learned, but there are many other several ways that you can help people, not only by becoming a doctor. There are actually a lot of other professions under healthcare or any way we can help people. But
Non-healthcare, yeah.
yeah, but my decision to become a doctor is actually driven by largely, mostly values instilled in me by my faith and family and my friends. And when you grow up watching doctors and those physicians, and it's actually considered as one of the noblest profession, and we treat people and everyone without any prejudice, like be it a criminal or terrorist. We know it, we put that first, your health first, before anything else. This part of your background or relevant for whoever you are, what have you done. So yeah.
So yours is not the story that your father or mother asked you to become a doctor and that's why you became a doctor.
Never.
All right.
I think anyone, it should come within you that you want to become a doctor. The interest, throughout from your primary school and your secondary school, you just know what you want, your interest. Some people are more interested in mathematics or physics, so they choose some other, like engineering, more to physics and stuff, and my interest become more into like in science and biology and human anatomy. You just know your niche, even that point itself. I can say like your interest in human body or human anatomy, you want to learn more about the disease. Like when the kids start learning and reading, they will find their interest. Some people love history. When we just close the whole book, the history book, and put it aside. So history is not our, you know, that's
Yeah.
how they find their
Some of us
interest.
run away at the sound of the book itself. It's not our cup of tea. Definitely not.
Sure. So
Okay.
you just learn throughout your process of learning, from the transition from your primary school to secondary school. They just learn, but some happen to be forced into this medical field because of their parents are from these professions, and they have this background of medical, so they have this thing, the pressure to have to get the medical degree. But then at the end, it becomes not so good for them because they don't do it with the full compassion and passion that. Yeah.
Okay. So, as a student, of course, you've done the entire modules and you've done all the trainings and everything. But there is something else that was distinctly uh, admired about your contribution as a student, which led you to receiving the gold medal, was mainly your involvement with the National Kidney Foundation of Malaysia, right? And
Yeah.
also with your chest X-ray studies and your pursuit on doing those things. Okay. So could you like briefly tell me, right? What inspired you to uh, embark with National Kidney Foundation?
Okay.
What led you to doing that? Your projects with them,
The
and maybe tell us a bit of what sort of projects you have actually done with them.
yeah. The idea of being a volunteer has always been them, but with our year one, year two, very hectic uh, schedule and timetable, we were not be able to go out and do exactly what you want. I know some students are doing it, but like someone who is like so stuck up with a serious studying hours. So I didn't do much during my pre-clinical years. I was totally focused on my studies because my focus was, of course, like every other student, to score A and distinction and stuff like that. So I wasn't involved in any extracurricular activities much, I would say. Yeah, during year one and year two. And then uh, yeah, I will talk about the research part later, which I completed in my year two.
Yeah.
That's another part of story. Yeah. So but as we slowly transit into the year three clinical, so I thought, why not, I mean, we are medical doctors, we are going to be a medical doctors, why not just go out and get yourself indulge with people and community, instead of just sit in the hospital and you just wait for your patient. Why don't you just go out and get yourself some, get into some volunteering jobs and everything. And I was just thinking of all that, COVID happened.
Okay. So you had this thought before COVID happened.
Yeah, I was just
Okay.
planning. I had a lot of tasks on my mind. I have a list of tasks before the pre-COVID era. And then
Okay.
then COVID happened. Then we all get stranded. Then yeah, I think I can actually recall how long, yeah, we were restricted at home. Yeah, it's
Yes,
quite
it started
long.
in March 18th, 2020.
Yeah,
Then it was eternity.
just keep on all the
All the
and
points.
you I just yeah, so we just like got used to all the online studies, and I told myself, no, I can't do this anymore, we have to go out. Just I mean, of course, I didn't bite any law, but when they were just loosening up some, the restriction that set
Yeah.
upon us. So yeah, I thought I start looking for some societies, and I was just looking up, where can I just get myself do something, just start something. If you be sitting like this, you're gonna just sit like this forever, with all this pandemic and everything. You have to just move and do something, some extracurricular that I want to just start off something. Then I don't know how I think it's through a friend that introduced me to NKF. They say, why not just try? I know this medical doctor from from the medical department from the NKF. She's Dr. Mazni. I can mention her name. She's the, I think, HOD of the medical part on the NKF. So yeah, so I applied for to be a volunteer, just a volunteer. But during the COVID time, there's lots of limitation. Like I can't just go out and do the. I mean, what they used to do, all the medical screenings and everything, I couldn't do that. So I was connected with the another public health officer. Yeah, so
Okay.
she told me, she gave me a list of work that I can assist them with. I mean, it's mostly online, like some online education through their NKF websites and or editing their websites, because mostly the websites are full of like abundant knowledge of kidney health and renal disease and diabetes. So yeah, so they give me the kind of online task. So I started off like that during the COVID time. It's like slowly and slowly, and so after MCO, then I thought, yeah, I should go into that center and see what's happening. So in my the first few weeks during my visit to the health dialysis clinics and everything, so I was given chance to talk to all the patients, and I was given actually a good opportunity to take a medical history, like what we students do when other were stranded at home. They were
Mm-hmm.
not able to see any patients or talk to patients. They were still having these online classes. So I was lucky enough to actually break that. I mean that what we say, the system or whatsoever we were having during the COVID, not to see patient, but it was just all online. So I was given a chance to go to the dialysis center with, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
all the restricted masks, and so I was able to talk to the patient. I feel so happy because it was like so long that we don't see patient. We just lost that chance, to communicate with
Yeah.
patient. So I was just grateful enough for that opportunity was given to me. So yeah, as I was talking to the patient, those dialysis patients, and I realized that their knowledge or even their family members' knowledge is very shallow about their dialysis process or even pre or post dialysis. And I thought we students could be the bridge to connect with
Mm-hmm.
the community, because there are kids, there are youths in the family, like adolescents in the family. There must be some students, and I think students are the powerful voice, I can say, to reach people, because we are more to social medias and twitters and TikToks. I don't know what's why I'm not into all that, but I'm just saying because we can use all that to reach community in a better way. So yeah, that's how I just started, like my visit and my communications with the patients, and how the family members knowledge could change their life despite of having all this chronic disease. Knowledge is very important, I can say. So you have to create some public awareness. So I wanted to bring my whole experience into university level. I think that's what
Okay.
I told during the one of the interview with the MOU session. I just wanted to share what I experienced to every other student, so it would be easy, because I had to go many steps to reach to even enter the NKF itself. So I thought, just I don't know, I just it just crossed my mind that I should be doing something, that why not bring this whole NKF system in a university level. And I just try to mm, connect this uni and NKF, so there be a great bridge into NKF reaching the community. Yeah.
Okay. So yes, that's the recent MOU that was signed between MAHSA University and National Kidney Foundation to
Yeah.
create a MAHSA NKF club, right? So this is like a mini foundation itself within the university. It is the first in the country,
Yeah,
isn't
it's the
it?
first in the country first.
So, what sort of initiatives through this is NKF MASA going to be conducting with the students? I mean, what is the plan?
Yeah, there's a lot of lists that I've proposed to MASA and also NKF, but we have done with the World Kidney Day. I think, yeah, a few months. I think around late last March or April. I'm not very sure. Yeah. Um, So we will be organizing the World Kidney Days, and to recall back that we actually managed to um, we achieve about 100 to 135, yeah, organ donation pledges.
Yeah, that was the other achievement that you all got, right?
Yeah,
Within
yeah, it was
how many
under
hours?
the NKF. Yeah. So
Within how
yeah,
many
I'm
hours?
planning. Sorry,
Within how many hours was that achieved?
within
I mean,
three
the
hours.
highest. Oh, come again?
Within
Three
3 hours.
hours.
Yeah,
Within 3 hours, we got the highest
highest
donation.
among the nation, competing with other 18 universities, private and
How did you achieve this? I mean, what was it differently that you did compared to other universities? Have you asked yourself that?
yeah, because I think I strategize this very well that I actually um, seek help from our post-renal students and the nursing students, so I know that they have a very vast knowledge on organ donation and kidney. They are just pro in that field, so I don't have to spend more time explaining to the students and the nurses, oh, you have to learn this, you have to what are things that you have to say to the community and our staffs and whoever walks across our booth, how to convince them into sign up to the Jom Ikra program. Yeah. So it was very easy. It was very easy for us to get we even managed to get lots of professors, our staff, master staff, so the managers, I think almost everyone did sign for the pledging. Yeah. It was very fun, and it was very fulfilling day, I would say, because yeah, within 3 hours we managed to get 135, managed to win nationwide. So yeah, that's another milestone, for
That
MAHSA. And
is
I'm planning, yeah, like you asked me, I'm planning another big scale organ donation. Yeah,
okay.
if we could achieve that in 3 hours, so I can take like 12 hours, or I
So
mean at
you
the
have an
least,
aim for the next one then? Do
yeah,
you? Do you have
yeah,
do you have a target that you're aiming for the next one?
yeah. I
Okay.
don't know. Can I say it publicly? let,
If you
let me
want to,
plan.
then after that I can catch you on it. And what if you hit higher than that? It'll be a
Yeah.
pat on your back,
So I
definitely.
can do some maths calculation. 3 hours is 130, and how many like I can achieve in 5 hours. Yeah, I think it should be okay. If we set up a booth not only in the MAHSA campus, maybe in our PJ and
Yeah, we have
various
got so many
places. Yeah,
institutions
yeah. So I'm
all
just
under the
planning
Masa
something
group.
very big for the organ donation. I want to be able to contribute something to Kidney Foundation and also the organ transplant, the national organ transplant. Somehow everything is interrelated. Yeah.
So the thing about life, lah, I'm just gonna go into my old folks kind of talk for a while, okay? But the thing about life is that, I mean, you started looking for something because you didn't want to just sit in this monotonous restricted platform that we were in, and you wanted to do something different. While everyone else could think the same way, not every one of us would have thought that. Okay, many of us were just taking it easy. Some of us were drowning with work. Some discovered their real innate talents during this COVID restrictions, and you were one of them who found a purpose, right? Would you say, I mean, it's very often that we think that, oh, I went for it, and we don't really think that it came looking for us. Okay, unless you've got that sort of different level of thinking. But I think you are like that. I would say you are like that, right? You have a different level of thinking where the universe kind of like brings the right things to you because you exhibit that energy. You want something, and if you're passionate about something, it will find you.
Yeah,
the,
exactly.
the path will,
Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah. I
because
mean,
you're
that's how it's been happening in my life. If I want something, I don't know if the universe aligning it towards me, or I'll make sure it happens somehow. Like you just go out and look for it,
yeah.
and the rest
So
will do the work.
it's
Something
your
like that.
energy that's driving it towards you, isn't it? Because
Exactly.
I was at the MOU signing, and I saw how you were, trying to explain yourself. Although I sat behind, being the Marcom person, so I sat behind. But I witnessed how. passionately you were talking about it. Even Datuk Razak was very passionate about how you were passionate about it, and it was a room filled with an amazing energy. An energy that I can see wants to go beyond these walls. Right. So the next question I have for you is, how was this entire journey for you, and do you think this is your niche, since this is what our topic is today, finding your niche? Yes. Before we went live, you did say that I'm still too young to say anything, I haven't really done much, but you have done a lot, and you, like you said earlier and shared with me before we went live, that a situation like the pandemic led you to doing this, right? So is this your niche? Is kidney health and diabetes your area of interest that you are going to work into and make it your special um contribution to society? What do you say?
Socially, I can be into this NKF, but to come back to my, when you're talking about the subspecialty and specialty, that's not my niche, I can say, but that is another whole thing. This is something I can put a thin line between that specialty thing that you were talking about, and this is something that I want to contribute, what I am able to contribute to the society as a student, and when I was a student, when I was year 4, year 5, and I think I'll choose to continue what I've been doing, no
Which
matter
is
who I am. Yeah,
what?
I'm just looking into a respiratory medicine.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, and who is there, someone who's inspiring you towards it, or is it also COVID that has made you
it's
want to do it?
COVID. It's COVID.
Okay.
It started again because of the COVID, and if you remember that I was talking about my stranded research work, so I was,
Yes.
so that's my niche, I can say, research and the studies. That's really, I'm so passionate about research and studies, and it all started when I was year 2. And as a, I think all of the medical students, we know year 1 and year 2, yeah, you have to complete your elective project, but most of the students, they take it very lightly as just a requirement for you to sit for pro exam. So I took it so seriously, and many of my friends just got angry actually when they said, why are you taking it so seriously, and you are like, nearing your pro exam, you don't have time. I say, look here, I just want to do what I want, and just let me do. I'm not gonna bother all of you because I took a very difficult topic, and it's a group
Okay.
work. So yeah, they found it very a bit kind of annoyed because, yeah, because of the hard, it's a difficult topic, and it requires lots of hard work and time. I said, okay, never mind. I will try to do the best, and actually, it got published in American Journal. Yeah, so
Good clap for you, for everyone, on behalf of everybody. Yes.
yeah, the topic was, so that's how I thought, from writing a proposal and how your supervisor guided you from, finding a research topic and to write the methodology and all the objective and everything, even up to the submission to the American Journal. I wrote the whole manuscript as a year 2 student, and my supervisor edited. Of course, she proofread, we did all the proofreading part, and I wrote the whole manuscript for the American Journal submission. So I actually learned everything about research, even in a year 2 itself. So I wouldn't say I was wasting my time, because I am someone who actually would set target what I want for that year, at least for the first 2 years actually, during the preclinical years. So my target was actually to have something published, and of course to score the distinction in pro exam part 1 to year 2 pro exam. So yeah, I managed to attain both the
Okay.
goal that I set.
That's
So
really good.
yeah,
Huh? That's really very good. Congratulations
so
on
that's
that.
how I thought, yeah. I wanted to continue the research work in year 3. So yeah, COVID came again. I was just so angry with the COVID. So I thought I should do something a study about COVID.
Well, there
And
you
I
found
just,
your inspiration from that. I mean, who would have thought, right?
it was so disturbing, right?
I know
COVID
there were
and
many of them who just kept nagging about, being having to be stranded at home. They can't go to their gym. They can't do this. They can't do that. That kind of complaints. But I think they should have met you then itself. Then probably they would have done it differently or found a, this is my chance to find my purpose. Let me discover what
something,
I
yeah.
can do. Yeah, I think that's
Even
amazing.
yeah,
Seriously.
yeah, even the topic I wanted to do something related to COVID because I knew even that time it's this COVID not gonna leave us. It's gonna be we have to be living with it, just like the dengue and other
Yeah, it is something
comorbidities.
that
Yeah.
is new for us,
Yeah. So
but
I
we
think I
just got to
should
move
do
on.
another study on COVID and yeah. So that's my niche I can say. COVID because somehow it related to I wanted to study about how COVID it damages the extension of the damage that it can occur
Yeah.
in the human lungs.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a chest X-ray severity scoring
Mm-hmm.
in those who have diabetes mellitus and coronary artery disease.
Okay, so
So
you've
somehow,
put them together to see because of the healing potential of diabetes, right?
yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. So how is that study going on?
Yeah, we have completed the study. Like previously said, we got the approval from the NMRR National Medical Registry and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And currently, we are working on the manuscript to be published on the again another
Another job.
American Respiratory Journal. Yeah, so it's again a long process. It's this research is something I don't know if I'm using a right metaphor, but it's just like a mother giving birth to a child.
Yeah, I think you should use that. I mean, it is it is so much of hard work, and when finally you complete it, right?
Yeah.
You wonder where did all the time go and how did I come up with this. But it is such a such an amazing achievement and contribution to the society in what you have to tell for other researchers or other clinicians and what they can do and cannot do. Yeah, it's spectacular. Seriously. And to the team that is with you, I mean, that is another thing, the connections that you make, right? The connections that we have actually helps us with the kind of
Yeah.
in realizing our own purpose, huh? The way you resonate with others and how other people feel about what you are passionate about and coming on board with you. I think that is what makes it even more worthwhile. Would you agree?
I think yeah, I agree. I think it's not I how do I put it in words because it's just us. You have to go out and seek for the help or just ask for it. If you want something, you have to go look for it. You can't be sitting and just dreaming about it, right?
Yes.
Like just Google how to do it. How to know it's that's not the way how to get things done. You have to go look for the right people. Go look ask for your professors or any clinician. There are lots of experienced people. So you just have to go and talk and find a way how do you get this done. Even I was told that as a undergrad student, you cannot do any clinical research. I was told like that.
Oh, okay.
I was told,
But
no, no,
you
you cannot do clinical research. Only a houseman, medical officers will do because this involves invading the privacy data from the clinical government
then
hospital.
how did
No,
you
you
break
need
that stereotype?
yeah, that's how you have to do it. You have to go and talk to the people, right people. Go talk and you will find your way. How do you collaborate with the medical officer, someone who works there, so you get to break that
Yeah.
curtain or whatsoever. So you just find a way to penetrate into that system. And finally, I become the primary investigator, which means the first author for the whatsoever I'm going to publish. So that's how people are there to help you. Actually, people are there to help you. If
So
you you
you're a living proof of when there's a will, there's a way, yeah? Right? Yes. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Okay, this is the classic question every adult like to ask other adults just to see, am I doing better than her or is she going to do better than me? But no. But here, I want to know from you, where do you see yourself in 5 years, as in aspiring to be where in 5 years? Yeah.
Okay, I have set up some plans for myself. Of course, even this year, I have to finish my MRCP Part 1 at least. I have to finish it. Yeah, MRCP Part 1 and just complete the entire MRCP 1 and 2 or whatsoever examination. So I see myself getting into a fellowship program under subspecialty of respiratory medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll be in a respiratory medicine.
Okay. So that's going to be your
And
next.
more publications. Maybe in 5 years, I'm just assuming 5 to 6 journals, maybe. Yeah, it's too ambitious, but yeah, I'm
No,
just,
nothing is too ambitious, honestly. Nothing is too ambitious. And you're the only limit you put to anything
yeah,
is the limit to your own mind,
yeah,
when
yeah,
you
yeah,
say you
exactly.
can't, right? When you say you can't. Because a lot of times, sometimes, I mean, it's very funny how sometimes we all have 24 hours in our hands, yet we can see other people achieving more things, than us. So it boils down to priorities, passion, and how we want to make sure, like what you said, there are people who will tell you, no, 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 you cannot do this, but yet, because you're passionate for it, you still searched for it, and you found people who said no. You found people who said otherwise. If you hadn't met these people who said otherwise, you'd still be stuck behind, and that's the thing about taking advice from anyone. Don't take only one person's advice.
Yeah, exactly. You have to seek a lot of people's advice and not just if one door closed. Like there's a saying like if one door closed and you just don't stand at the door, you just move to next doors and look for your more
Yeah.
opportunities.
Or
That's
look
it.
for the window, there
Or look
will
for
be
the window.
something. There will be something. I've come through life seeing that with many people. I mean, a lot of times, uh people are so good at saying, oh, I wanted to do that, but because of this, and sometimes you wonder, are you just making excuses
Yeah,
because you feel more comfortable that, oh, because someone told me I cannot, so I'm not going to bother. But if you really want something, you will do it, right? You will do it. Whether or not it's going to be seen by everybody else or seen only for yourself, you will want to do it, isn't it? Right? So, my last question, but before we go into any other chat, growing up, did you have a favorite quote that inspired you to do what you do?
good. I do read and watch motivational videos when you get low, but I don't have any specific inspirational quotes exactly like because trial and error. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not the best. But if you don't know where the crowd is going, don't follow it. You just have to set your own target and goals, and even you can create your own code. Create your own identity such that no one will ask who are you. Your name will be sufficient enough. I'll just say that.
So,
Of
I
course,
look forward to 5 years having your name come behind every other quote. Soon, lah. Soon, yes. Fingers crossed and thumbs up. Fingers crossed and thumbs up. So, for the audience who are watching us today, do you have anything to tell them, Dr. Renu? As in to all our school leavers who are trying to figure out what they want to study, or to our professionals who are being told by other people, no, you cannot do that. You know, do you have?
yeah,
I still remember what you told me before we went live. You're still very young. Age is not the point here. But what would you like to tell others when it comes to finding your niche? What would your
finding.
say be? And I know I
Yeah,
didn't put
like
that
I
in my
previously.
questions for you.
Yeah, I think I've said it enough about finding your
Yeah,
niche.
and
Like you just know. along the way. They have to find it, not other people instill it. You have to do this. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. No, they have to find their. I'm not talking about any social life. This is more on your educational, your career. So you have to know what you love, and you can start working on that. There are many doors open. You just have to find the right door. And yeah, if the door is not opening, like I said in the valedictorian speech, you just find another door and just try talk, learn to communicate with people. That's how you learn, and you gain your experience, and yeah, you will find your way somehow, because not everybody have the same interest, and some people are just more into studies, and they do not want to do anything more than studies, academic and attaining grades. So that's their niche. Like, that's only okay, only my studies, I'm gonna be the super smart student and the super distinction student. Yeah, you can be both. I wanted to be both, not like just one, and just one fully focused A star student. No, I didn't want to be that. That was the old me when I was in primary or secondary school. Yeah, I was super nerd, even though I was active in sports and all the athletic. Yeah, even that time, yeah, I was trying to balance up myself. So you just have to find yourself.
Okay, we'll wait for her to come back. So, okay, that was really uncalled for, but I think her battery was running low. Anyway, we finished all our questions with Dr. Renu. And before I close our episode for today, I'd like to do a little recap about the purpose of finding your niche. Okay, many of us wonder, is it even necessary, or should we even bother get into doing all these things? But it's not. If you do not think it's necessary to have a niche, it is completely all right. But this session is meant to help you look deeper into yourself, help you understand that there's a lot more to life than just what we do with our daily routine. So we at MAHSA would like to invite all of you to look into areas of growth professionally, personally, and to give yourselves the opportunity to discover your true calling, discover your true purpose, and to tap into every opportunity and not to allow anyone to tell you you cannot do this. All right? As what Dr. Renu had told us earlier in her talk, when there is one door shut, look for the other door. And do not take just one person's advice. Go seek your connections, speak to people, find out exactly what you can do differently, and things that can enhance yourself. Okay? Finding your niche and being successful at it is all in your hands. Okay? In your hands and the network that you have around you. So before I end today's session, just let me check if Dr. Renu is coming back online or not. Okay, let me see. Okay, Dr. Renu,
Yeah,
are you
I'm
with
back.
us?
Yeah,
Okay, hi. All right.
disconnection. I don't know this
So,
problem.
yeah, maybe you'd like to say bye to everyone and a few closing words before I end it.
Yeah, okay. So I would like to apologize for the technical error just now. I'm so sorry.
It happens. It happens.
Okay. So yeah, so I was just saying, finding your niche. Yeah, don't let anyone stop you, and just go for it. Go for it. Pray hard and work hard. So work smart at the same time.
All
Thank
right.
you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Renu. Thank you for being with us, and all the best to you. We look forward to more of your stories, and I may just call you once again if you publish something different or you achieve something new, and let's keep inspiring the rest. All right.
Thank.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Dr. Renu. All right, for those who are viewing us, who are our current students and who are also, how would I say, who are also our alumni. If you're online with us, we'd like you to take a short survey with us, and I will be leaving the link to this particular survey in our comment box. Okay, so to MAHSA alumni and MAHSA current students, we look forward to your feedback. And to the rest of you who are not from the MAHSA family but have decided to join us online today for our first episode of Finding Your Niche, please visit us at www.mahsa.edu.my and discover the kinds of opportunities we have to being more. All right. So see you tomorrow in my second episode with another amazing guest from Singapore. All right. Bye and have a good weekend.